Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We've got Sarah speaking after she was let go from Clayton's season of The Bachelor. We're going to share her statement and what the guys think about it all. Was it performative? Or was she thrown under the bus? Was it a bad deal? You know, people have been kind of on both sides of this. What we saw was that Clayton calls her out for not being able to cry on command and faking her emotions. And, you know, there's probably more to the story than that. But we'll get into it. Do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals right there. You can subscribe to this video if you haven't already. Like the channel. Hit that like button an odd number of times. And if you haven't already and want to join, we've got Patreon content that I released today, patreon.com/Dave Neal. All right, so before we get into Mike and Brian and what they had to say about it, let's just read her statement. Now, this statement she made clearly on an airplane. Looks like a Virgin airline flight to me, although does Virgin even exist? I know Alaska Airline bought Virgin. Either way, they got the nice LED mood lighting up there. She said, just realized I've been MIA and haven't really gotten to address leaving the show. I don't have that many words, but what I'll say is, 1, truth always prevails. 2, if you're confused on my ending, hopefully the next few weeks will provide clarity. And 3, don't ever settle for a man who speaks down to you. That's all. This is, if I could sum this up in emoji, it would be the fingernail painting emoji. Oh, woman in your sass. She says, don't settle for a guy. So clearly she's in this stage of anger when it comes to after a breakup. You know how we go through stages? We're like, no, but I still love them. Then a minute later, you're like, man, F that guy. We've all been there. No, we're not. We're going to speak kindly about each other. We're not going to go on another podcast. And then you're like, hello, is this on? You know, and then we get the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Some people
can't handle
the truth, but I think we can in this scenario. So some of the comments from people were kind of laughing at how they were, this post was made after her Women Tell All. Clayton is getting attacked on all sides by these women. I defended him early on, but he's so easily led and uncommunicative when it matters, so he's earned it from some of them at this point. To be honest, I think he's exactly like Peter in the way he just has so many dead-eye, meaningless interactions with the women and also F's up basically every opportunity given him to make things right. Remember the old days of Peter when he used to just get a cut across his forehead from running into a golf cart? It's like he couldn't get out of his own way, both physically and mentally. And let's hear what these guys have to say, these guys being Mike and Brian, with regards to Sarah's exit.
Yeah. And I think that's where we get confused. She may truly have liked Clayton. She could have been performative and being dramatic or artistic in the way that she was expressing herself. But that doesn't mean that she wasn't there for the right reasons. All that means is she was being performative.
Correct.
And so she still, I want to make sure that people understand the difference in the words, right? She still could have been there liking Clayton.
With good intentions.
Yeah, she could have been having good intentions, and Clayton sent her home. Sorry, Sarah, you just, after Cassidy and Shanae, he was like, he ain't playing the shit no more. Which I don't blame him. But as well, I want to believe that she didn't have bad intent. I think that she's just young and a rookie.
I agree, bro. Like, I don't think we know what's in her heart, obviously. Like, maybe we find out more at the Women Tell All. You know what I'm saying? Like, these women called her out for that, and they, in their opinion, and in their, obviously they were there, so we got to, take their word for it in a sense, but they were thinking the whole time that she was being malicious for weeks. I think it was Teddy that talked about it, that she was doing that for a while, like for weeks in a row. And
all right, so that's a good point by Brian, is that if you guys remember, I know we're going back, if you're like me, I always give myself 5 days to remember what happened on the previous episode, and then it's gone. I remember my mom's beeper number from 1994, and I can't remember half the people's names. That's just the way my brain works. 617-674, I won't say the whole number, but she doesn't still have the beeper number, but I just remember being, 7 years old and calling it, and then she would have to pull over off the side of a highway and find a payphone and call me back, and she'd be like, yeah, what is it? And I'd be like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm on the road. I'm trying to sell whatever. Okay. She's like, do you have anything you have to say? No. Love you. Bye. Hey, Single Mom Club. Woo! Dave, I knew you must have come from a single mom because you turned out so great. And isn't that the way it works? I never dad being like, practice baseball longer. You know what I mean? All those dads out there. Anyway, I digress. Not important. But with regards to this, Sarah was called out not just by Clayton, but by a lot of the women. So if Sarah's going to be mad at Clayton, she should be mad at Rachel, Susie, all the other Gabby, all the other women, Teddy, right? That claimed that Sarah was overplaying her hand. They essentially were saying she was talking up her relationship so much that they thought she was doing it to kind of help them feel like they didn't have a shot at Clayton, right? So it's always funny when you go through a breakup because you have all these nice words and platitudes to say about somebody, but then your true colors are shown during the breakup. Now, Clayton, and I'm not saying I don't think Sarah's statement is a good one and a healthy one to make, but also like she was really into him. Then all of a sudden when it didn't work out, she was like, "Oh, don't settle for a guy." It's like, but you liked him, right? So clearly we're missing something here. Clearly we didn't get the full story.
And but Teddy actually wanted to go home.
Show us the flip side.
Here's the flip side of that.
Tell us the flip side.
And we're not talking about this either. Shouldn't you be strong? Like, do you think when I see
speak on it, bro?
Do you think when I see from my season some of them dudes making out with my girl, like I have to be strong. I'm seeing and I'm hearing what they're telling me and I'm seeing the shit. I got to be strong. So like, why are we not saying, hey, you went on a TV show knowing damn well it's gonna be 30 of y'all competing after one person? Like,
I agree. There's that other aspect where it's like, wait a minute, why are you not just focusing on what you are doing with your relationship and like, are you insecure?
Now, I wanted to understand what Mike was saying because he said it with a lot of confidence, but I have no idea what that point was. I think what they were saying is be confident in what you have in your relationship and you shouldn't worry about what someone else has, which can go both ways. The ladies can be confident in their relationship and not be worried about Sarah, but Sarah did get that second one-on-one date and that kind of made her a target. But also with Sarah, she should be confident in her relationship and not have to talk about it with the women. Yeah, I got the second one-on-one date, no big deal. When she came home with the rose from her second one-on-one date, we'll use my Harry Potter wand as the rose. She came home and she started waving it at Mara. Somebody tell me who was talking about me. Which is okay, you know, but she could also take it in the high road and be like, I got the second rose, doing my thing, and she would have been off on her own. Now, I can't pretend like I would know how I would handle it. I feel like we'll get to know more from Women Tell All with regards to Sarah. I did ask my source what they had to say about Sarah, and I didn't get a good answer. I think a lot of the Women's Tell All will revolve around Shanae, but it looks like a lot of the bite that we got from the Sarah versus Mara, whatever, Tia Tamara, Cleopatra, Carbonaris. I don't know. It feels like that whole is gonna be that the bite, the bark's louder than the bite is what I'm trying to say. I think they'll end up all being friends and they're gonna root for the common enemy, which appears to be Clayton at this point. It seems like it's easier for the women to understand that Clayton wasn't giving them what they wanted and they can kind of rally around their friendships. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not saying that's right. I think Clayton's trying the best with the information he has, but boy, I don't know. Let me ask you guys this. Do you give Bachelor producers credit for casting Clayton, clearly knowing he was going to be in too deep? Do we give them credit for that? They got what they were looking for, which is mess. Let me know what you guys think. By all means, follow me on Instagram at DNeals, patreon.com/Dave Neal for bonus content. I think we have one, maybe two more videos coming your way, so stick around. We'll be right back. Bye, everybody.